8 lives, 8 chances to break a bad habit. We've all been there. You bring home your little shadow, a perfect ball of fluff and purrs. But then, the not-so-perfect behaviors start. Maybe it's scratching the furniture, or maybe your Persian has developed a taste for toilet water. Whatever it is, don't hit that panic button just yet. We're going to break down these bad behaviors and get your cat back to being a Zen master of the apartment. What's triggering your tiny tiger? The first step to changing bad behavior is playing detective. Just like a sleuth, you need to observe and gather clues about your cat's actions and environment. Cats are creatures of habit, and those habits are usually triggered by something specific. It could be a sound, a smell, or even a particular time of day. Think of it like this. Your cat's not knocking over your antique vase for kicks. Well, maybe sometimes. But more often than not, there's a deeper reason behind their actions. There's a reason behind the madness. Understanding this reason is key to addressing the behavior. Maybe it's happening around feeding time, when your cat is feeling particularly hungry or anxious about their next meal, or when you get home from work. Your arrival might be a trigger for excitement or stress. Is it tied to a specific person, place, or object in your home? Sometimes a particular room or piece of furniture can be a source of stress or curiosity for your cat, or even another animal in the house. The presence of another pet can sometimes lead to territorial behavior or competition for attention. Once you pinpoint the trigger, you can start to change the narrative. This might involve altering the environment, changing routines, or providing new forms of enrichment. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the first step to restoring peace in your cat's domain. A calm and happy cat makes for a harmonious home, which is, let's be honest, your entire apartment. By understanding and addressing the triggers, you can help your tiny tiger feel more secure and content in their territory. Providing interactive toys and engaging activities can also help redirect their energy and reduce unwanted behaviors. Creating a cozy and safe space for your cat to retreat to can make a big difference. Sometimes, all they need is a little corner to call their own. Positive reinforcement, like giving treats for good behavior, can encourage your cat to repeat those actions. It's all about creating a positive association. Spending quality time with your cat, playing and bonding can strengthen your relationship and reduce stress-related behaviors. Introducing new elements like a cat tree or scratching post can provide both physical and mental stimulation, keeping your cat engaged and happy. Ultimately, a well-understood and well-cared-for cat is a happy cat. By being attentive and proactive, you can ensure your tiny tiger thrives in their environment. So take the time to observe, understand, and adapt. Your efforts will be rewarded with a more harmonious and joyful home for both you and your feline friend. Offer an alternative. So, you figured out what makes your cat act up. Maybe it's scratching your furniture, knocking things off the counter, or even biting. These behaviors can be frustrating, but understanding the root cause is the first step. Now what? This is where we introduce the art of the trade-off. It's not just about stopping the bad behavior, it's about redirecting it to something more acceptable. You're not going to just take away the bad behavior without offering a better option. Think of it as a negotiation. Your cat needs to feel like they're getting something out of the deal. Let's say your cat loves to sharpen its claws on your vintage velvet sofa, the horror. This is a common issue many cat owners face. Cats have a natural instinct to scratch, and they need an outlet for this behavior. Instead of just yelling no, which, let's be honest, is about as effective as reasoning with a brick wall, you need to provide a positive alternative. Simply scolding your cat can lead to confusion and stress, and it doesn't address their need to scratch. Give them something they're allowed to scratch. A sturdy scratching post, placed strategically near their favorite shredding spot, can work wonders. The key is to make the scratching post more appealing than your furniture. A sturdy scratching post, placed strategically near their favorite shredding spot, can work wonders. You can even sprinkle some catnip on the post to make it more enticing. Over time, your cat will learn that the scratching post is the preferred place to sharpen their claws. Remember, cats are all about the "what's in it for me" mentality. They need to see the benefit in changing their behavior. This is where positive reinforcement comes into play. Reward your cat with treats, praise, or extra playtime when they use the scratching post. Make the right choice the more appealing one. Consistency is key. With patience and persistence, you can guide your cat towards better behavior. It's all about creating an environment where the good choices are the easiest and most rewarding for your feline friend. By offering an alternative, you're not only protecting your furniture, but also ensuring your cat's happiness and well-being. A happy cat is a well-behaved cat. So take the time to understand their needs and provide them with the right outlets for their natural behaviors. In the end, it's all about balance. By offering alternatives and reinforcing positive behavior, you can create a harmonious living space for both you and your cat. Happy training! Consistency is king and queen. In the world of cat training, this principle cannot be overstated. It's the bedrock upon which all successful training is built. Let's be real, we're all guilty of giving in to those big, pleading eyes sometimes. It's hard to resist when your furry friend looks up at you with that irresistible charm. But when it comes to breaking bad habits, consistency is key. It's not just about saying no once or twice. It's about maintaining that stance every single time the behavior occurs. You have to be the rock, the steady force in your cat's life, even when they're trying to bat at your ankles in protest. This means not giving in, even when it's inconvenient or frustrating. Every time your cat engages in the unwanted behavior, redirect them to the positive alternative. Every single time. This might mean offering a toy instead of your ankles or guiding them to a scratching post instead of your furniture. It might seem like you're repeating yourself, but trust me, your cat is catching on. Repetition is how they learn, and over time, those consistent cues will start to make a difference. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your cat's not going to transform overnight. Change takes time, and it's important to celebrate the small victories along the way. Stick with it, be patient, and you'll get there. Patience is your best ally in this journey. Your cat will eventually understand what behaviors are acceptable and which ones are not. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. Each day you practice consistency, you're one step closer to a well-behaved cat. And don't forget to reward your cat for good behavior. Positive reinforcement goes a long way. Rewards can be treats, affection, or playtime. These positive experiences will reinforce the good behavior and make your cat more likely to repeat it. Over time, this consistent approach will not only improve your cat's behavior, but also strengthen the bond between you and your feline friend. Your cat will learn to trust you and understand the boundaries you've set. So, embrace consistency. Be the king or queen of your cat's training regime. With time, patience, and a lot of love, you'll see the transformation you've been working towards. Your cat will be happier, and so will you. Chapter 4. Treats, the perfect incentive. Let's face it, everyone loves a little positive reinforcement, and your cat is no exception. When it comes to breaking bad habits, treats are your secret weapon. Think of it like this. You're trying to teach your cat a new language, the language of good behavior. And what better way to encourage learning than with a little something special? Every time your cat chooses the scratching post over your sofa, reward them with a treat and some verbal praise. Make them feel like they've just won the feline lottery. Chapter 5. Boredom is a bad influence. A bored cat is a recipe for disaster. They're like little furry teenagers, always looking for something to get into, especially if it involves unraveling your favorite sweater. The key is to keep them entertained, engaged, and mentally stimulated. Think climbing trees, scratching posts, puzzle feeders, and interactive toys. Turn your home into a feline playground and watch the bad behavior fade away. Remember, a tired cat is a well-behaved cat, so get that laser pointer out and let the games begin. Chapter 6. Setting boundaries. It's not just for humans. Sometimes you need to lay down the law, even with your feline overlord. If your cat has a knack for getting into things they shouldn't, it's time to set some boundaries. And no, I'm not talking about building a fence in your living room. Think double-sided tape. Cats hate sticky paws. Citrus peels. The scent is a natural deterrent, or even aluminum foil. The crinkly sound is like nails on a chalkboard to them. These simple tricks can keep your cat out of trouble and protect your valuables. Remember, you're not being mean, you're just being a responsible cat parent. Chapter 7. Playtime. It's not just fun and games. Playtime isn't just about bonding with your cat, it's also essential for their physical and mental well-being. Think of it as their daily dose of exercise, a way to burn off excess energy and release pent-up frustration. A good play session can work wonders for a cat's behavior. So grab that feather wand, toss that toy mouse, and let your inner child out. Your cat and your furniture will thank you for it. Chapter 8. When in doubt, call in the big cats, the experts. We've covered a lot of ground, but sometimes you need a little extra help. If you've tried everything and your cat's bad habits persist, don't despair. It's time to call in the big cats, the vets and certified cat behaviorists. They're the experts in feline behavior and can help you get to the root of the problem. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's a sign of a responsible and loving cat owner. So don't give up, keep the faith, and remember, even the most stubborn cat can learn new tricks. Outrow, your cat's on the road to redemption. So there you have it, folks. 8 surefire ways to tackle those pesky bad habits and restore harmony to your feline kingdom. Remember, patience, consistency, and a whole lot of love will go a long way. And hey, if you stumble along the way, don't beat yourself up. We've all been there. Just remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're all in this together, one catnip-fueled adventure at a time.